to Bird of the Day. That's right, Budgie Eater. This is what you wanted. It's time for Bird of the Day. Crackle, you let me know when you're ready to do the Bird of the Day. Oh, I suppose we gotta unmute in Discord. We gotta use Discord for this chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready to go for Bird of the Day?
Yeah, just gotta turn off the sound of Phasmophobia.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah. Well, everyone, welcome to Corvus Twig's Bird of the Day.
Yay.
This is a bird that I've gotten a few requests for, and it's a bird I think is pretty neat. Our bird of the day today is Kingfishers. And more specifically, we are going to be doing the common kingfisher today. Also known as the European kingfisher. Yeah, you're pretty cool. Or I think the Eurasian kingfisher, but they're just the common kingfisher. And these birds, they're the kingfishers that are those really cool kind of turquoise blues and orange. And oh, what a pretty bird. What a pretty bird. Don't you agree, Kraka?
Yeah, I really like the kingfishers. They're so cute.
They're very cute. Very cute. And, well, actually, you see on that map there, they are European, but you're also going to see them in bits of Africa, in parts of Asia. Now, you see, the green areas is where you're going to find them year-round. Yellow areas, you're only going to find them in the summer. And the blue areas, you're only going to find them in the winter. That's where you're going to find them. So, nowhere near where this bird lives, but somewhere near where that bird lives. Yeah, okay. But yeah, they're kind of little kingfishers, only about 6.5 inches long on average. I should have put centimeters in here since I have a European in here.
Oh, shit! Discrimination.
Yeah. 99.75 inch wingspan. So they're kind of a little bird. You know, for a fishing bird, they're a lot littler than most fishing birds. Some of the smallest fishing birds you're going to see.
Yeah,
1.5 ounces? Males and females, their plumage color gonna be about the same, which is pretty unusual for such a colorful bird. Usually, when you have a really colorful bird, the males and females are pretty different. But in case of this one, males and females look about the same. The only difference is that the underside of the females' beaks have kind of an orange coloration to them. So that's a good way to tell. And 5 to 7 year lifespan, not bad for a little bird. Not bad for a little bird. Oldest wild one ever banded was 21 years old. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, so some interesting information about them. Next slide. So yeah, they're called kingfishers, but it turns out that 60% of their diet is fish. So that means that they eat a bunch of other stuff too. They've been known to eat, they could be called king froggers, because they eat a lot of frogs, or king geckoers. They sometimes eat geckos. You know, they basically, if it's small, they'll eat it. But they're just, they're not too big on bugs, but they'll eat bigger bugs, like they like a dragonfly or maybe a butterfly. But yeah, they are mostly known for eating small aquatic animals, and they like to get their fish. And the thing is when they want to get their fish, they're like, "It's my fishing spot. My fishing spot." But Jeter's saying, yeah, 40% of their food is kings. So yeah, 60% is fish, 40% is kings. Yes, it's a good one. It's a good one. I like that one. So yeah, they kind of hang out by themselves most of the year. Basically, when they're not getting it on and making baby kingfishers, they kind of hang out by themselves, and they'll be like, "This is my fishing hole, and don't none of y'all come around my fishing hole," and you chase the other ones away. So they're actually not too friendly with other kingfishers most of the year because, well, that's competition for food. But when they do have babies who are not quite fledged yet, the male and the females will stick together and, because they gotta feed those babies. But man, those babies, so a clutch is going to be between like 6 to 9 eggs. So it could be 6 to 9 babies. And those babies could eat, up to like 12 to 15 fish a day. So like, some kingfish mothers are having to catch 120 fish a day just to feed her babies. That's a lot of fishing. That's really a
Always
lot of
leave the
fishing.
work up to the mom, huh?
Well, the fathers do help out a little bit, but they have found that the moms definitely do the majority of the feeding. But then, yeah, after about 2 months, the babies leave the nest, and that's pretty much it. They're not a flocking bird. They're pretty solitary, and then the mating pair, it's like, well, we've had our babies together. All right, nice knowing ya. So there's no monogamy in this species. There's no mating for life. It's just they find a mate early in the spring. You get it on. They make some babies. They raise the babies, and then they fuck off. Yeah, it's so not family community birds like corvids are. Yeah, and also they don't even make their nests in trees. No, they build little nests in sandy areas in the ground, which seems silly to me.
Yeah.
It's like it's just asking for a snake to come up and eat your eggs. Come on, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Hey, works for them.
Yeah.
One thing that is kind of neat is when they go hunting. So they'll basically fly above the water and hover around till they see a fish, and then they do a quick dive into the water. But once they hit the water, they close their eyes and then just kind of like snap about, so they can't actually see what they're doing once they're actually underwater. He says he did kind of hunt blindly, but somehow it gets some results. They manage to catch those fish. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's interesting seeing it's like because there's a lot of birds that catch fish, and they all have such very different strategies.
Yeah.
These guys do a little dive bombs, go underwater and nab stuff with their beaks, but then like osprey don't go too far underwater and they'll grab things with their claws. But then you got penguins that'll
exactly.
like dive. A lot of birds will dive deep underwater and swim around and grab things that way. So it's like
exactly.
so many ways to catch a fish. Yet none of these idiot birds have learned that you just cast a rod out with a worm on a hook. It was so much better.
Yeah, that would be a corvid who thought that.
Yeah, corvid. Yeah, we're tool using birds. So yeah, corvids
exactly.
fish using fishing poles. We're smart.
Yeah.
Smart birds. Yeah. And it's said that when trying to design the aerodynamic nature of the bullet trains in Japan, they modeled them after the beak of the kingfisher, because these guys, they go in, they go beak first and make very little splash. They just cut through the water. And so that design is really aerodynamic, and apparently works real good for the bullet train. Seeing all the bullet trains kind of pointy. I mean, that just seems like general aerodynamic design, but they say that they modeled it after the kingfisher, but I bet they just did scientific tests. Who knows? I think it's cool. So yeah, my thoughts on the kingfisher. I like them. I like a good little cute little hunters. What do you think, Kraka? What's your opinion? You got any fun stories about kingfishers you want to tell, or your opinions on them?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite tiny bird. I really like the colorful feathers. As I said when we talked about him earlier, it's one of the birds I want to see, since we don't really have a lot of colorful birds here in Sweden. We have like the blue tit, and I guess you could call it colorful since it is blue and yellow.
Yeah,
and
we love.
I like the blue. The blue tit is very sassy, and I like its attitude. But normally we have like boring birds. I think they're pretty boring, a lot of them. So the kingfisher, having it here is very exciting, and I really want to see one day. So yeah, I think they're super cool, and they're one of the tiniest birds we have here in the country.
Tiny
so,
little birds.
And they're.
I mean,
You'd like a tiny bird with an attitude.
Tiny bird, got an attitude, good hunters, and I think I agree with you on the coloration. Orange and blue is such a great color combo.
Yeah.
And it's not one you see too commonly, like kingfishers and maybe some species of parrots, but orange and blue together, it's a great color combo.
Yeah, exactly.
And, the littlest hunters, the littlest hunters of things that aren't insects, let's say.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, even the littlest birds, Well, okay, hummingbirds don't go after insects, but
Nah.
a lot of the littlest passerforms do. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Kingfisher, we give this bird some top marks. It's a great mark, and I'm surprised it took me as long to do this one as it did. I think this is bird of the day number 56 we're on right now,
Hmm.
and yeah. What am I gonna do for bird of the day 100? I mean, obviously it's gonna be a corvid, but I'm starting to run out of corvids.
Oh shit.
Well, okay, I've only done one type of jay. Haven't done any rooks or nutcrackers or anything of those yet. But yeah, we'll figure something out. But yeah, this is it for Bird of the Day. If you're watching this as a replay on YouTube, if you could go ahead and give me a like on there and give me a subscribe, oh, that would be so nice. And if you're watching this on Twitch, well, why aren't you following me if you're not following me? Appreciate it. Yeah, we gotta do those calls to action at the end of the video, right? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
and also, if you're following me, you should follow Kraka as well, because she's great.
Yeah, and if you're following me, you should really follow Corvus Twig as well.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're gonna call this bird of the day done.